Welcome to Vegas Live. I'm Ninon, and we have a fabulous guest. Bob Garrett is a most amazing man. So now I have my own Neil Diamond sitting next to me. My very, very own.
Hello again.
Hello again. How are you?
I'm fine, sweetheart. How are you?
Absolutely.
Good
to see you again. And all I see is your name all over town. I mean, you are doing, well, you've always done well, but you've sort of, to stay busy in Vegas because you've got so much competition.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived here for 41 years.
41? He doesn't look old enough, does he?
Yeah. Oh, bless your heart.
You were definitely a baby when you arrived.
No, I came with my parents. I was definitely a youngster. Yeah. And I've been performing here for 35 years, but the last 5 years have been the most incredible of my whole career.
Astronomical.
Yeah.
Amazing. I want to go back a little bit into why did you come into the realm of sort of being the legendary and sort of doing Neil Diamond? Because when I've seen you many times, and it's truly, you've just got the same voice, and it's how did this all start?
Okay, fair enough. Before I was doing Neil Diamond, I'm going to say from 1980 to 1995, I had my own band here in town.
Oh,
and it was a pretty prominent band, and we had a really good following, and we bounced around from place to place and had lots of house jobs. But because Neil Diamond, it was my band, and Neil Diamond has always been one of my, since a little boy, one of my favorites. I did a lot of his music. So for years I heard, when you do Neil Diamond stuff, you sound just like him. They used to say, you should go audition for Legends in Concert, which we know is one of our, since '83 it's been a very popular impersonator show.
Yeah, in Vegas.
In Vegas and around the country.
Yes,
yeah. And I said, after 15 years with the band, I said, I'm gonna try this impersonator.
Try this out.
I'm gonna check this out. Everyone keeps telling me to try this, and in '95 I auditioned for them, and I got the job. And I wanted the job here in Vegas, but someone else had seniority. So, lo and behold, they sent me to Hawaii for 3 years. 3 years.
Oh, how terrible. Can you imagine performing in Hawaii for 3 years?
Yeah, I know. It was just awful.
Yes, I can imagine.
And I was there for 3 years, and Paul Revere from the Raiders was my boss, because he ran that show, and a year ago passed away.
Yes.
And he was a great boss, but that was my start, and that's how
you start. But not only do you sing like him, you look like him.
Yeah, the voice came first,
yeah.
And the look was something I had to. I mean, if you look at pictures of me back when I was in my band, you wouldn't necessarily think I looked like Neil Diamond.
Like him. So have you you've put yourself around this and you've wrapped yourself around
the whole
thing?
That's it.
So
I grew the hair out, and I learned how to style it, and I had to be taught how to do that, and so forth. And I said, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said,
wait a second, I could be Neil Diamond.
That's exactly. I said, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Absolutely.
And I did.
And
it's going on 21 years now.
So looking back at it, good move, was it?
It was good news because when I first started in '95, I was questioning, leaving the band, and I knew it was a bump up at least financially.
Yes, of course.
But
that wasn't really your objective. Was not the financial side. A little bit, just a little tiny bit,
a little bit. but it was a different step. With the band at 15 years, we had pretty much done everything you can do.
But also, this was your band, this was your thing, and this was your whole complete career and everything. And
I had to leave my own band.
And you had to leave your own band. Can you imagine leaving your own band, especially if it was successful? Yeah. And obviously it was.
Right. But I didn't know at the time, and I wondered, is this guy going to be popular enough for me to sustain a career? Little did I know that he was going to not just sustain his popularity, but even become more of an icon, and he's one of the biggest musical icons, in popular music history.
And he has such a relaxed way, which you have sort of kind of got into, a very relaxed way of singing, but at the same time moving and bringing it out.
Yeah.
But not being sort of the nervous and rushing around and doing all this crazy stuff.
You're talking about him or me?
Both of you.
Oh, okay.
Both of you, because you're just like him.
Yeah.
But you too you're very relaxed on the stage. At the same time, you give out that energy.
Yeah, well, I've been studying him. Like I said, 21 years. I've studied him like a scientist studies an atom. And all the mannerisms, and he's a very charismatic, dynamic performer, and he's very animated, more than you think. But I had, like I said, when I first started doing this, I really got into it. I said, I'm going to do this right, and you know.
So would you say you're a perfectionist? Because it seems like, you know, just talking to you, and the time I've known you, you seem to like things just perfect, and just, you want to be right on, and you want to have it, you know.
I did, because in generalizing, a lot of times impersonators are thought of, you know, the average, you know, he's an impersonator. So I wanted to make sure this wasn't done as a parody.
Yes.
And it was done very straight, and you know, and maybe inject some art into it and so forth. So like I said, I take it very seriously, and for those 90 minutes when I go on stage, I'm him.
You're him, but do you also at the same time feel you're your own person too?
Not
at all.
Not in that 90 minutes.
Not in the 90 minutes.
No, like now, yeah.
No, well, now.
I'm talking to you, yeah, but not.
No, I thought it was Neil Diamond.
You know, in those 90 minutes, I'm actually setting, and not every tribute artist does this, but this is what I wanted to do. In those 90 minutes, I wanted to do my best to convince people they're watching Neil Diamond 25 years ago or 20 years ago.
And what does Neil Diamond say about this? He obviously knows you. Do you
knows
talk
of
to
me,
him?
yeah.
He knows of you.
Yeah.
Has he ever sort of spoken to you, or ever sort of turned around and said, hey, you know, you really, really impersonate me 100%? Or, I know,
well, one thing you have to know about him is he's very private.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you know, nice guy, but a very private man. And even though he does know all about me, we've never had a conversation.
Never had a
But I'm going to say, because I've been doing it 21 years and he hasn't tried to stop me, that he must be okay with it.
He hasn't encouraged him, but he also hasn't stopped him. So that must mean that and I'm quite sure that if you didn't do it the right way, he would probably sort of say, get that guy off the stage. I don't want him on stage anymore.
Absolutely. That's what I want to think too.
Yeah, I would imagine, well, after 21 years, that's a long time. It's a long time to be doing it. What has been your greatest moment on fulfillment as of doing this?
Well, you know what?
Stage?
I think my greatest moment is yet to come. I've had a lot of great moments, you know, as far as with audiences and so forth. And his songs are very emotional, and I see people crying, and I see people laughing, and now he's singing along because it's one of his things. But in another 2 weeks, I'm going to do in California, I'm going to do my first show with a 50-piece symphony.
50-piece symphony? Are you nervous?
I know, I'm excited. I'm not
Is
nervous.
this the first time doing 50-piece?
I've done with that big orchestra, yes. I've done symphonic shows, maybe doing 1 or 2 songs, and even not often. This is the first time I get to do a whole show.
You're doing your whole show with a 50-piece orchestra.
Yeah.
And
55.
55 orchestra. Where's this?
In Temecula.
Temecula.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Golden Bear Theater in Temecula.
I don't know where that
It's
is.
Temecula Valley Symphony
I know where
back in.
Temecula is because my husband and I used to own a big shopping centre in
Oh,
Paris. There's a Paris right now,
Yeah.
little town next to it.
Up Temecula, I've been there before. It's wine country.
Yes, there you go.
It
there
is,
you go.
yeah.
It is. So that's one of the big things coming up. You also, what are you doing in town, right? A lot.
I'm doing this Saturday is the Starbite Theater. This past Saturday was Mesquite. That was sold out. This Saturday is Starbite Theater. That's been sold for weeks. So the big thing that would be exciting again is that I have a show also that I wrote, American Trilogy, and that's
wonderful. And you've got the thing right here. What is that about?
American Trilogy is a scripted show. It's Broadway to it, and it's Sinatra, Elvis, and on stage together.
Okay. Which one is Sinatra?
Is on this case the first time it's Brian Dupree, who's in for many years. He's in Legends, and he's been Brian Dupree. He's been the Rat Pack, the main Rat Pack guy for
many years.
Yeah, and Justin Shandor from $1 Million Quartet.
Yes.
He's been my Elvis since its conception. And we've done this. We've been around already. We've done the South Point, but it's our time going into Canterbury for 2 nights.
Oh, Canterbury for 2 nights.
Yeah.
That's local, right here.
Yeah, most of the venues we do are local. So, yeah, we're going to Canterbury for 2 nights, and we're very excited because that's a big theater.
Yes,
and I've been myself on my own as Neil Diamond for the last 6 years. This is the first time I went on with my partners there.
With your partner. And they're also excited because you're including them into something because you're well known in town. So when you include these people, you're actually helping them as well. So you're helping all 3 of you at sort of at one time. You know, this is really what Vegas is all about, and this is who we are.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if I'm helping. Like I said, Justin's a $1 Million Quartet.
Yes.
So I don't know that he needs.
No, I think that helping each is a great thing. I think pulling all together, you know, you've got 3 people coming in. I think it just makes it stronger and bigger, and to let Vegas know that we don't always have to be in the smaller places, but at the same time we put an incredible show on. And when you turn around and say every show is sold out, hello.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a true blessing, and especially show because this is a scripted show where there's interaction. It's not like your typical legend show where one's on after the other. I mean, we do our solo spots, short solo spots, but interaction between everybody, the two of them. There's a connection between.
Yeah,
the two.
that's what I'm saying. You're going to have a wild show.
Yeah, but we show it in the and we show it in the course of the evening.
Your question. The difference between an impersonator and doing a legendary show. There's a little kind of confusion out there for the public. What is the difference? Can you explain that?
Now, when you say a legendary show,
well, when you say you do a legendary of Neil Diamond, kind of, you know.
I mean, an impersonator is some.
It's like them.
Well, it's also more someone that's someone that's going to attempt to not just do music, but look like them and act like an actor would in a movie. Okay, so you know to present yourself as if you were that person. It doesn't have to be an impersonator. They're a tribute band.
They do a tribute band.
Right, where they don't. There's no prerequisite necessarily.
But they sing the same songs and
there's no prerequisite to look like a person.
Out there when you do a tribute, you know, to somebody out there, that's what that means.
Right.
Okay.
So the difference is, every impersonator is a tribute, you know, but not every tribute is an impersonator.
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have both of it. You have all of it.
I would be considered
you have it all put together. So where are you appearing this weekend?
At the Starbite Theater in Sun City, Summerlin, but unfortunately you can't come because it's sold out.
Okay.
You know?
So what have you got coming up in the future that they probably could come to?
Well, American Trilogy, February 12th and 13th. At the Cannery, North Cannery,
okay.
And there's tickets available for that.
You better hurry up.
Okay, and then we have the Sunkist for the first time on April 22nd.
There you go. Sunkist. Can I put that? Can you see that?
He said.
Okay, that's American Trilogy, which is absolutely going to be amazing. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
It's my
always
pleasure.
Amazing.
Or you. We see each other.
I know, we see each other all the time. Last time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You often go to the bootlegger, don't you?
And I actually, I really don't go there. Every once in a while.
Do you ever get up in there and do give them a little bit?
Not all, but every once in a while. I think I go to the Tap Out Italian American Club. It's on the other side of the world for me. It's a long drive.
Oh, it's a long drive.
Yeah. But like I said, everyone here.
Yeah.
That's what we're such.
That's so sorry, Chad. But I want to thank you again. You're really amazing. Don't forget to chat, see what he's doing, going, what he's up to, because he's always around somewhere. We'll be right back with this live.